So we're going to take our arms up to the sky, take a deep breath in and breathe out whilst folding down to the ground. Just holding it there, reminding yourself to keep breathing. And then cross your arms, put a slight bend in your knees and just let everything hang. And again, just holding it there, feeling the stretch. And then we're going to come up. Again, taking a deep breath in and folding back down. Again, just folding those arms, putting a slight bend in your knees and just letting everything hang down. And then coming back up. And we're going to start with warming our back up today. So I want you to face sideways on your mat. Put your front foot facing forwards, leaving your other one sitting sideways. And then keeping your body tall, just sliding down the right side. Well, depending on what leg is out, this is my right leg. So sliding my right arm down my right leg and lifting up my other arm, pointing it to the sky and just looking at it, holding that stretch. And you should feel this down the side of your back. Again, taking some deep breaths. And then swapping sides. Just turning that round, sliding down the opposite side of your body, lifting your other arm to the sky and looking at it whilst breathing. Okay, so coming up, now I want you to sit on the floor with your legs out in front of you, taking your left leg and bending it up towards you, putting your left arm behind, and then I want you to take your right arm, keep it straight, bring it round and over so that it's locking in front of your left knee. Keep it locked, and I want you to sit up as tall as you can, rotating to the left, and I want you to take a deep breath in and then breathe out when we rotate. So breathe in, rotate, breathe out. Really feeling that stretch. This is a great way to warm the body up first thing in the morning. Again, just reminding yourself to breathe. And then swapping sides. So taking your right knee now, putting your right arm behind, taking your left arm, keeping it straight up and over, so it's locking in front of your right knee. Again, sitting up and rotating round, taking a deep breath. Okay, and now I want you to face the front of your mat, put both arms out to the side, and we're going to lay flat on our backs with our knees bent at 90 degrees like this. And then I just want you to let your knees fall to either side, trying to keep your shoulders down at all times. And I want you to do 5 of these each side. So just a tiny bit of mobility to warm up our muscles, and it's also good to engage your core as well. In your own time, there's no rush. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to do a few times going through downward dog, and we're going to do some pedaling as well to stretch out our calves. So we're going to go into the downward dog position, again just really pushing through your hands, feeling them going through the floor, pushing into your shoulders, and then just dropping your heels to the ground. It's okay to have a slight bend in your knee, whatever's comfortable for you. Again, don't push yourself if you're feeling pain. And then just pedaling through. And you'd want to do around five pedals each side. And then going into this position, just taking this time to take a few deep breaths. And going back into downward dog. Again, just pedaling through. Doing 5 each side. Really pushing through your shoulders. And then again, going into this position. And then going back once more into downward dog and pedaling through. You might also want to take a few seconds just to try and get both heels to the ground at the same time for a deeper stretch in your calf muscles. And then going back into this position. And then sitting back onto your heels and just putting your forehead on the ground and just really relaxing into this position. You can take a few deep breaths here if you want, or just relax. Okay, so the last back exercise we're going to do, this is a new one. We're going to lay on our stomachs with our arms out to the side. And I want you to take your right knee up, so bend it up like this. And then just take it over to the side and just hold it there. Trying to keep your shoulders down if you can. And then swapping sides whenever you're ready. Just taking that other leg up and then just bring it right over the side. Probably want more space for this. And again, just breathing. Trying to keep your shoulders down. It is quite hard. It might mean that your foot doesn't touch the floor like this, but that's okay. Just really feeling the stretch in your back. Okay, so then we're gonna do some back rolls just to make a good end to the back stretching. Let's just do 5 rolls back and forth in your own time. And now we're gonna start with some legs. So I want you to take a knee, preferably right first, Make sure it's at 90 degrees, keeping your hips facing forward so that they're straight. You don't really want them out to the side because it just won't get as good a stretch. So keep them facing forwards. Take a deep breath out, and you should feel your core engaged now. And then I want you to push your left hip forward ever so slightly. And you should feel this down the side, down the front of your leg, so your hip and the top of your thigh. Trying to keep your core engaged all the time. If you are struggling to find the stretch, just try and move around a little bit. Really push it forward. Keep your glutes active as well. So keep them switched on and you should be able to find the stretch down here. It is quite an awkward one, but once you get it, it's really good. So then putting both hands on the floor to the left of your right leg. And then I want you to kind of push yourself into this lunge position. Sitting up. And if you feel like it, you can lift your arms to the sky and just holding it there. And I want you to bring your arms back down. Lift your back leg up so it's off the ground, and you can either stay in this position like this, or you can again lift up and put your arms to the sky and just holding it there. And then when you come back down, put both hands either side of your leg. And then I want you to just keep your hips as straight as possible and then just sit back, making that front leg straight. Trying to get your chest to your leg, and you should feel this through your hamstring. Okay, so then swapping sides. You'll now put your left leg up, again keeping your hips as straight as possible. Take a deep breath out, and you should feel your core engaged. So then again, switching your glutes on and pushing this right hip forward, and you should feel the stretch through your right hip and down the front of your thigh. And just holding that position there. This is a good one to really learn your body, because I feel like to get this stretch, it took me a while to even find a stretch. I really had to learn my body and learn to switch everything on to actually find the stretch, but it is actually a really good one once you find it. And then putting both hands on the floor to the right of your left foot, and then just sliding back into this lunge position. And if you want, you can again raise your arms to the sky and just taking a few deep breaths. And then putting your arms back down. Again, lifting your back leg up so it's straight. If you want to just stay here, then that's totally fine. If you want a bit of a deeper stretch, then again, just raise up, putting your arms to the sky and just really sinking into that stretch. Reminding yourself to breathe. And then coming back down. Again, putting your hands either side of your foot that's on the floor, and then just sinking back into your bum as much as you can, and it will then make your front leg straight. Again, keeping your hips as straight as possible to get a better stretch, and just sinking in. Trying to get your chest to your knee. You'd rather your chest to your knee than your head, because anyone can just go like that, but getting your chest down, you actually get a deeper stretch. Again, just go at your own pace. Don't force anything. If it doesn't want to go, just go at whatever feels nice for you. Okay, so next we're going to lie on our stomachs, and we're going to do a different sort of quad stretch today. So I want you to take your left leg and grab it with your left arm, and then pushing your hip into the ground like this, I want you to then pull your foot towards your bum, and you should be feeling that in your quads. Again, just taking a few deep breaths. Feel free to stay longer on any of these stretches as well. If you do feel like you'd rather sit in the stretch a bit longer, then that's totally fine. But if not, then swap sides. Grab your right foot with your right arm. Again, pushing your hip into the ground and pulling your foot towards your bum. And you should feel that in your quad. Okay, so now sitting up, we're going to do one of the glute stretches now. I got asked what my favourite stretch is, and I'd probably say this is one of my favourite stretches. It's just all around a good stretch and you really feel it in your glutes. So for those that don't want to do this one, this is what it's going to look like. But if you feel like that might be painful for your knee, then you can also do this one if this is more comfortable. So taking your left knee, twisting it so that your ankle is on your right knee, and then pulling up towards you like this. This is what it looks like from the front. So if you want to do that, then feel free. Again, remember that you can actually use the couch for support and that as well. You can push into the couch and it'll give you a deeper stretch. But for those that want to try this one, I want you to take your left leg and put it at any angle which feels comfortable for you. And then just sit back, keeping your right leg straight, and just really sink into the stretch. If you want to get a deeper stretch, then drop to your elbows. Again, just really sinking in with every breath that you take. If you want a deeper stretch, then just take some time to just move your arms around, really finding which part of your glute is the tightest, and just holding it for an extra few seconds. And probably tightest around here, so just really press into that stretch. Taking a few more seconds to breathe. And swapping sides. So now take your right leg, twist it to an angle that's comfortable for you, and then stretching out your left leg so that it's nice and straight behind, and again just sinking into that stretch. Drop into your elbows as well. And again, just like on the other side, take this time to Really feel which part of your glute is the tightest. Just move your arms around, bending down, trying to find which parts are the tightest, and then just holding it in whatever position feels good for you. And then coming back up. We're now going to work on our hips and groin. So I want you to face sideways on your mat. Put your left leg out. And then just slide your foot down the mat. You can also walk your knee out like this. And just find a position which is comfortable for you. You should be feeling the stretch down here and here. And just holding it there. You can also do some gentle, slow moving rocks back and forth, really sinking into that stretch. You want to be sat back into your bum with this one. If you're forwards, you're not going to be getting much of a stretch, but the further back you sit, the more work it's going to be doing. For a deeper stretch, you can drop to your elbows. For an even deeper stretch, I want you to put your arms out straight and really press into the ground. But again, only do this if you feel like you need a deeper stretch. And then coming back up, adjusting your mat. And then I want you to do the same on the other side. So putting your right leg out. Again, just walking it out to wherever's comfortable for you. And then just sinking back into that stretch. Taking some time to do some slow movement, rocks back and forth in your own time. Again, just drop into your elbows if you want a bit of a deeper stretch. And then for an even further deep stretch, you can put both arms out straight and really press into the ground. And then coming back up, I want you to walk your foot in just a tiny bit and then put your other knee on the ground like this. Again, just walking both knees out as much as you can to wherever it feels like a nice stretch and just holding it there. Take some deep breaths. And then drop into your elbows for a deeper stretch. Really pushing your hips back into your bum for a really nice stretch. And then again, putting both arms out straight in front of you and pressing into the ground for a bit of a deeper stretch. And then coming back up. And then I want you to stand with your legs apart in straddle. Fold both arms across each other and then just really gently just bending forwards from your waist. And just letting everything hang down. Really feeling it in the back of your hamstrings. You can have a slight bend in your knees if you want, that's totally fine. And just relaxing into the stretch. And then you can even do a few swings from side to side if you like. And then putting both hands on the ground, I want you to just turn your feet out and just sink into your heels. Sitting down, keeping your chest up straight, putting your hands in prayer position and using both elbows to push your knees out to really feel it through your hips and your groin. If this is too much of a stretch, then you can put some books or a pillow under each of your heel. Probably books would be better, just something to like raise them up a bit if it's too difficult. I feel like with this stretch, the more you practice it, the better you'll get. I remember the first time I did it, I found it quite hard because, you know, you do need balance, you need to be able to really sink into it. But the more I practice, the better I've got. So I'll probably be putting this in every morning routine so that people can practice if you like. If it is too much, and that's totally okay, you can just sit this one out. But for those that want to practice it, it is quite a fun one to practice. And this is one of my favourite stretches actually when I am snowboarding. When I'm waiting around for a long time at competitions and I want to, you know, keep my legs bending, this is a good one to just sink into at the top of the course. Okay, and then just standing back up and then just giving your legs a little bit of a shake. So whatever feels comfortable for you, give them a bit of a wiggle. And then we're just going to finish off the session with a tiny bit of mobility just so that we're nice and warm and loose going into the rest of the day. So in your own time, just do 10 bodyweight squats just to get everything firing up again. And then going to the front of your mat, we're going to just go into a lunge position, the arms in front like this. Don't let your knee touch the ground, keep it just hovering. And if you've got your right leg in front, I want you to just twist to the right and then step back up. And then do the same on the other leg, twist to the left and back up. And I want you to do 5 of these each side in your own time as well. Okay, so that's the session done. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be doing another one tomorrow and I'll be posting that on my YouTube channel as well, so look forward to seeing that one as well. Thank you.